Welcome, neighbor. Welcome, neighbor.
Me?
Yeah,
How's it going, man?
going well. What would you like to say?
Well, I was going to ask you when you give an
Say
well, I was going to ask you when you give an argument, what do you mean by that term?
argument.
Yeah, I
I
know you don't.
don't know.
Oh, okay. What was it?
Like a inference rule that leads to a conclusion. Could be formal or informal.
Are you averse to doing that with tag or other arguments, or no?
No, I always do that with tag.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Come on. I've been around. I've seen what you do. You don't even like defining what an argument is.
Yeah, I don't define things because people ask for definitions. It's an intentional dishonest use of language, but they want to hyper focus on a definition of word. Words have like nuance and a definition of word. Words have like nuance and you know
Wait, don't you believe that you're not a nominalist, right?
no.
No, so you don't believe that. You don't believe in nuance.
A definition can't capture the full meaning of a word
Why not?
because words. Dude, I just explained this. I don't want to talk about semantics, especially with you. Would you have a
Wait,
problem
when
with
did you
tag?
explain it? I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
Why don't you steal man tag? Do you understand tag?
Yeah, no, for sure. So intelligibility is only possible with God, is the short one sentence version of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Intelligibility, we understand, exists, therefore there must be a God. Do you think that's a good steel man, or do you want me to do it like premise?
Sure. Well, I mean, so we need a story to explain the preconditions of intelligibility, right? And we're claiming we find that story in the Bible, which is the Word of God revealed.
You know why somebody might find that story unbelievable?
But the problem is that's fine, but now you're making a counterclaim that some other story makes intelligibility possible, but that's not true.
Well, no. That's not the case, right? Because somebody might be saying that like,
Dude,
intelligibility
I
is
have a
just like
story.
something.
Like, what are we? Where are we? Where's the disconnect? Do you disagree that people understand the world through a story? Do you disagree with that? That's not controversial, right? It's a scientific fact. People understand reality through stories. Do you disagree with this?
So I don't know that the narrative thing there is a story. I'm not for sure what exactly you mean. So
You know what I mean? I mean, like a worldview or a framework. Like when we observe reality, we have to have a framework of reason through which we observe reality.
yeah, so I think that's maybe something that is only true in certain instances. Um,
Okay,
For example,
this is insane.
can I give you an example?
This is not controversial. This is totally nuts. You're nuts.
No. I mean,
You are
are you going to
nuts.
find me a philosopher that says this or no?
You want, dude, this is a scientific fact. It's not controversial. Like, what's wrong with
You're
you?
going to find me a scientist that says this or
Jordan
no?
Peterson.
Jordan Peterson is not a scientist.
Grow up. Welcome, neighbor.
Yeah, hey, what's up?
I'm doing a Bible study. What would you like to say?
Wanted to talk about abortion.
Okay.
Okay. What's the argument that abortion's wrong?
Well, the good is defined by God. He's the standard, and God says that he hates it when you take the life of an innocent person, and no one's more innocent than a preborn baby.
Okay, what's the argument that it's a person?
The argument that it's a person, it's a preborn human being.
Yeah, what's the argument for that?
It's like analytically true, right?
No, there's multiple views on personal identity that would say, the fetus is not a person.
Yeah. Bro, do you
Why was I kicked?
I'll explain it to you. Do you believe A equals A?
Do I believe A equals A? Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what.
Is
That's
that-
kind of a red herring to, asking you why, or the argument that the fetus is a person at conception.
Sir. So A equals A. That's always true, right? Or do you think it's true? Mostly true.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Okay, so
Kind of not really answering my question. So I asked you, what's the argument that the fetus is a person, and then you kicked me. So not really sure why you did that.
right, I'm giving A equals A, right? You are a person.
Sure.
At one point in time, you were a fetus.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I particularly was a fetus. I don't know.
There we go. That's why you were kicked. Now you know.
Why was he kicked?
I just explained the logic, right? So you were a person, right?
Yes.
And at one point in time, you were a fetus?
I suspect so. Why was this relevant?
Bye. I suspect so. What a dickhead. I suspect you're a complete moron. I suspect you are a pig that I'm casting pearls before. Welcome, neighbor.
Yo, what's up?
Do
you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I would disagree with the fourth proposition, abortion is child sacrifice. Why do you believe, do you have like a sound argument for abortion being child sacrifice?
Well, I don't even have to make an argument because it's just definitionally true, right? We have
What does that mean?
preborn. It's analytically true. It's true by definition because
Analytically true by definition. Can you expand on that?
it is what it is, dog. Like when we look at an abortion, we have a preborn baby that's being sacrificed for the mother's autonomy, usually. And so
Okay, and are you saying that there's going to be any wrong maker in the action of abortion?
Oh yeah, it would be God of the Bible.
Yeah, I don't understand. I asked, what would be the wrong maker of abortion?
The God of the Bible.
God is the wrong maker?
Yes, God would be the reference for the good.
Wait. No. I think you didn't understand my question. By you responding to God, you're simply saying that God is what's being done wrong in abortion. You're aware of that, right?
I don't know what you mean by wrong maker. I thought you were asking for like this, like why is abortion wrong?
I just said when abortion happens.
You're using weird words.
No. I can expand. Like if you asked, I would obviously.
It's like I've debated a lot. I've never heard anyone ever say wrong maker. So it's a weird word.
That's fine. That's why I'm gonna expand on it right now.
Ultimately, it's God that makes it wrong, right? Like I don't know.
Okay, so I was gonna expand on what wrong maker would mean under my semantics, and I was interrupted. Right. So what wrong maker would mean, at least under what I'm operating on, is what's gonna make X wrong. So, okay, I'm explaining it. What would make something wrong, right? So when I ask for the wrong maker, and you tell me God is the wrong maker, what you're saying is that God is what's wrong in abortion, and that doesn't seem coherent. If you told me that maybe like okay,
God said God
Mhm.
said abortion's wrong, so abortion's wrong. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think that argument follows.
Why not?
Yeah, because you said God says abortion is wrong, so abortion is wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going from a P1 to a conclusion. I don't see any inference rule here.
Any inference rule.
Yeah, can you tell me the inference
Yeah.
rule with that argument?
What? It wouldn't be an inference rule, right? So I'm appealing to a standard. So I'm saying that God is the reference for the good, right?
Wait, no, wait. I think you misunderstood like the statement that I just made. You gave an argument, but you're not using any sort of inference rule, so I can just reject the saying that it's an invalid argument.
My understanding. This is going over your head. And you're not talking like a normal person. Why aren't you talking like a normal person?
What do you mean a normal person? I'm talking like a person that's competent in this area, at least.
So when we're talking about the good, right? Is that real or is that fake?
When you mean fake,
Does
does it mean that it's not objective or something?
Does it exist in the external world, or is it merely a concept?
I don't understand. I mean, I would say that it's a concept. I'm an anti-realist about morality.
Okay, then what the fuck are we doing? Why are you even debating? That's a contradiction for you to debate. Why are you contradicting?
Wait. Do you think me? No. I don't think you know what a contradiction is. Tell me where the P and not P is.
Stop.
Where's the P and not P?
Stop. Because debate would presuppose objective morality. Because
Okay, I need the P and not P. You said it's a contradiction.
Stop. Because when you make an argument, if I ask, like, ought I believe the conclusion of your argument, you would say yes, right?
I'm still waiting for the P and not P, by the way.
That I ought to believe your argument, but there are no oughts.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to repeat it for the third time. I'm waiting for the contradiction.
Open your ears.
I'm listening to you.
Stop. I ought to believe your argument, and I ought not to believe your argument. That's the P and not P.
Where's the P and not P? How was that said from what I said?
Oh my God. Because I can't believe you're this dumb. So if you're a moral anti-realist, what you're saying is that there are no oughts. But when you make an argument...
No, that would be...
Okay, bye.
Look.
Bye.
Thanks for conceding, retard.
Welcome.
What's up?
Just doing a Bible study in Hebrews.
Got you. I'm gonna argue number 3.
Okay.
No slavery in ancient Israel.
Right.
Leviticus 25. I think it's verse 44. It says, "You may buy male and female slaves from the nations around you. You can bequeath them to your children as inherited property."
Sure.
Is that not chattel slavery?
No, this would be the institution of servanthood, where
That's actually not indentured servitude. That's separate. There's separate instances of that.
No,
this is chattel slavery.
You couldn't have chattel slavery. That was illegal.
Chattel slavery, lifelong slavery. So that's what's happening right now. They're being slaves for life.
No.
Wait, so what is happening right now? I don't get it.
It's describing a socio-economic institution of how they structure their society. So oh my God, dude, can I not talk?
All right, talk.
So this is how they deal with poverty, servitude, and land ownership. So it's not like, this isn't like some ethical thing that's evil. It's just regulations, like work regulations, business regulations, and it's designed to exploit or prevent exploitation and help the poor. So there's nothing here that's like cruel or oppressive or evil.
All right, so in Exodus 21, verse 2 through 6, it says, "If you buy a Hebrew servant," so this is talking about servitude, "this to serve you for 6 years. But in the 7th year, he shall go free without paying anything.
Yep.
If he comes alone, he is to go free alone. But if you have a wife," you said what?
It's talking about debt.
"She is to go with him. If his master gives him, so now it's telling you how you can make them your servants for life. If his master gives him, and she bears them sons or daughters. The women and her children shall belong to her master, and only the man shall go free.
But you're not understanding what's going on here because I'm trying to explain to you. So like back at that time, a family was like a small business. So these are like business contracts because they're trying to, as a family, you would fight for survival. Survival's not guaranteed in the ancient world. They didn't have like welfare and like bank loans and these things in prison. So this is like an institution to like, it's just like if someone owes you money, you take them to court and then they have to pay you back. So they would pay people back by working for like set number of years, depending on how much you owe. This is all that's going on here.
Okay.
I don't see why is that evil?
So when it talks about bequeathing other people from other nations that are not they're not part of Israel to be your property for life, is that not immoral?
No, because they could just join the nation of Israel. Like Ruth, she wasn't a part of the nation of Israel, but she was grafted in, and she became a part of the lineage of King David and Jesus.
Okay.
So the non-Hebrew slave could be grafted into the nation of Israel, and then they would be released in the year of Jubilee. But a lot of times people would like want to work for someone for the rest of their life. Maybe they loved each other or something. It's like a family, so they would just stay there, and then you could stay if you chose voluntarily. You could stay with someone for like you could stay if someone wanted to like work at McDonald's for the rest of their life. They can do that.
Okay, those aren't the only instances of slavery as well. In throughout the Bible, there's some sexual slavery as well. I don't know if I can say that on the live, but
No, I can't use that word. It's not, but it's designed. But like you're talking about, like when they conquered people for war, but then they have to marry them.
In Numbers 31, verse 17, now kill all the boys and kill every woman.
Yeah.
Kill every woman who has slept with a man, but save yourselves every girl who has never.
You can't say that word. That's the bad word. May I join? Yeah, you may join. I invite you. All I ask is that people like try to learn. You know, I just want people to think. God gave you your mind, so you should use it. I don't expect people to agree with me. Welcome.
Howdy.
What would you like to say?
Are you in a better mood today?
I don't want to do the whole like meta thing. I like to just like let's like talk about logic.
Yeah.
Sure. So, I mean, am I allowed to act like a toddler in your live like you did in mine yesterday?
Yeah, I'll clip it and then I'll be like, this is atheism.
Oh, so you'll straw man it? So I should clip what you did yesterday too?
If you want.
Yeah, when you called my mom a loose woman, remember that?
Yeah.
When you crashed out like a toddler and started swearing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm a sinner. I'll confess my sins. Please forgive me.
I forgive you, just like I forgave you yesterday. So how is Christianity objectively proven? What is your objective source?
It's when you ask for objective proof, you have to stand on my God's ground.
Oh, that's a circular argument.
No.
Yes. You're using your God to prove your God. That's a circle.
Okay, so if you understand, like if we traveled back in time 200 years ago and I started talking about basketball, you wouldn't know what I was talking about because basketball didn't exist 200 years ago. There'd be no referent for it, right?
Sure.
So for something to be real and meaningful, there has to be a referent in reality. So when we talk about logic, there has to be a referent in reality.
Hey, buddy.
And so that's the mind of God, right? God is the mind that makes.
So again, you're using God to prove God. You said God is objective. Christianity is objectively proven, and you're using God to prove God. That is a circle.
But you're using logic.
It's not about me. I'm asking about your worldview.
Okay. But when you ask about my worldview, you are using logic. Is your logic real or just pretend?
It seems to be.
It seems to be. It's
Yeah,
like
I mean,
mostly
based on
true.
my observations, yeah. A equals A. A
Okay.
doesn't equal not A.
But it might, maybe tomorrow A equals B. We don't know.
Sure, we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Okay, well, that means you have no meaning because tomorrow you might not be yourself.
What if God decides to change the laws of logic tomorrow?
He can't because the laws of logic
There's
are
something God can't do, so he's not all powerful?
correct.
So God's not all powerful. That's interesting.
If that's what you want to describe it.
What is holding God back? What is more powerful than God, making him not be able to do something?
The God of the Bible has an unchanging nature from which logic would
God
flow.
doesn't change?
He has dispositional and relational
says-
changes, but he has an unchanging essence from which logic would flow
Can you prove that?
and morality. Yeah, I just did. So
Well, how do
Logic-
you know it's your imaginary friend and not my imaginary friend?
we'll put your, what do you have on the table that is unchanging and
I
eternal?
would say Cthulhu. My God is Cthulhu. What do we do
Bro.
now?
Bro, well, your God isn't based on anything tangible. My God is based.
Oh yeah, he's in the Pacific Ocean
Well-
off the coast of Relay.
This is why I insulted you, because you're just bickering and you're lying.
I'm not lying. I truly
Yeah.
believe that.
Maybe you could understand that, like, you're kind of a dumbass. So maybe,
This is what you did yesterday. You can't win an argument, so you resort to just name calling.
Sure.
You're an intellectual toddler. Why don't you
Sure.
engage with the argument, bud?
can you understand the meme?
I'm not going to look at the meme. Do you understand that if you just appeal to your imaginary friend, I could...
No, you can. If you can't understand the meme, you can't understand the argument. Welcome.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, bro?
How's it going?
Going well. I made a meme.
I like that.
Yeah.
Did you do that all on your own?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, dumbass, people, they're not gonna be able to understand my argument, but they love memes. So I try to put the argument into a meme.
Yeah, that's I like that. It's a
Yeah.
good visual representation.
Like that last guest couldn't understand the argument if it
Yeah.
was to save his family.
Yeah, so I actually
it would be smoked
yeah.
barbecue chicken, boy.
So I actually have a holy book. I'm holding it right now. It's divinely inspired. It was divinely revealed to me that your God is fake. This is what my holy book says. It's been divinely revealed to me that actually no, your God is real, but he, like you said, he's not powerful. He's not all powerful. My God is real, and he created logic. He's like a purple hippo.
Okay, but my God was publicly.
And actually, it's in my holy book that's divinely inspired. It says that your God's unchanging nature is that he wakes up every morning and licks my butthole. So that's his unchanging nature. It's been divinely revealed to me. So can you falsify that?
Sure. So, what you're appealing to is like a personal revelation, but the problem with personal revelation.
Well, no, but it's true, but it just hasn't been revealed to you.
Thank you for coming. Got like 2 words out, and he's already interrupting me. Just saying a bunch of nonsense. Children, atheists. Welcome.
Hey, didn't your God unalive a bunch of kids for making fun of somebody?
Yeah, I wish he would unalive more.
Yeah. So wait, hold on, time out. With that, you're sitting up here losing arguments, so you revert to making fun of people. So you're going against what God would want, obviously, right?
I guess so. So you know God better than me, so maybe you should be the Christian.
I mean, you're the one that you're believing all this. So with the logic of your base, God did this to kids for making fun of somebody, yet your argument always boils down to just making fun of people.
Yeah. I just like to make fun of people.
Or allowing your husband Darth to come in here and just hijack your whole life because you don't know how to argue for yourself.
So what's your relationship like with your father?
Mine? Oh, it's great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Then why are you acting like such a,
Why am I speaking with actual sense and not talking about make-believe shit that, like, I just have to work myself into a pretzel, and everything's explainable because he lives outside the realm of time. It's all magical.
Does your dad
No,
know
it's not.
that? Does your dad know that you're a shit posting loser?
I'm a shit posting loser?
Yeah,
What is that?
bro. Oh my god. I have to define every word with these people. Like, why don't you guys get a dictionary? Look up loser. You might see a picture of yourself. Welcome.
Dude, you're such a pussy.
Okay.
That's crazy, dude.
Is it wrong? Is that wrong?
No, it's just your unchanging nature that you're a pussy.
Okay. Do you think I should have more courage?
I mean, I think your life is probably just like a waste of time, waste of energy. So
Well, you didn't even have the courage to
it doesn't
answer
really make a
one
difference.
question. Yeah, and you didn't even have the courage to answer that question. Amazing. Welcome, neighbor.
Hello. I'm not here to debate, but I just really, you know what the Shroud of Turin is?
Yeah.
There's a really cool, really good video I want you to watch. It's like on my pin profile. When you're done with the live or any time, can you like just check it out sometime?
No, because the Bible debunks the Shroud of Turin.
How does it debunk the Shroud of Turin?
It talks about like the head coverings and the wrappings are described in the Bible are inconsistent with the Shroud of Turin.
How so?
What the Bible's so the Bible describes like 3 different wrappings,
Yep.
and the Shroud of Turin is just like one, like sheet.
There's other artifacts. There's the head scarf. That's also another artifact that's been found.
Well, what the Bible says is inconsistent with the Shroud of Turin.
Okay, again, how so?
Okay. Well, you can believe it, man. I don't. I believe in the Bible. We only have faith through Jesus. John 5. You have a question? Yeah, you can come up. Welcome, neighbor.
I don't really know what to say. In my English class, we really learned how like all religions work. Like, sure, atheism is kind of irrational, but all religions all have a form of irrationality, don't they?
No, I think Christianity is kind of an anti-religion because usually in religion, man reaches up to God, and there's like a priest in the middle.
Wouldn't
But
that be prayer then?
well, no, in Christianity, God reaches down to man and reveals himself as he incarnates in a man.
When you pray,
And
you're reaching out for God.
there's no like middleman between us and God. You can have a direct relationship with Jesus. So the scam comes when there's like the middleman, like you have this priest class between you and God.
I'm super confused. Wait, are you talking about Christianity then?
I'm saying Christianity is an anti-religion because there's no middleman between you and God. You can have a direct relation with God.
If it's an
And
anti-religion, then it wouldn't be a religion.
you're going to hell. Welcome, neighbor.
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm just chilling like a villain.
All right, bro. So I was debating atheists, right, yesterday, and I tell him, yeah, dude, if you go read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, it's pretty obvious who Jesus is. And then he have hit me with well, where's the authenticity that they wrote that? I'm like, dang it, bro. Like, cause and it says, well, in the book of Luke, it literally says he interviewed him, and then he said, so you're using the Bible to prove the Bible. That's circular reasoning.
We can say it's verified externally because by the life of Christ as a historical fact, right? There was someone named Jesus that was publicly crucified by Pontius Pilate, and that's recorded by like Josephus. So that's a public. It's an objective revelation because it happened in public. So it's not that the Bible would be externally verifiable because Jesus was like a person.
Because I told him about there's eyewitnesses about the resurrection. He said, "Prove it." I mean, the Gospels aren't enough. I need something outside the Bible. I'm like, well, I can't. Isn't that special pleading though?
When he asks you to prove it, you tell him that he's standing on God's ground when he asks for proof because God's necessary for logic.
Like his entire argument was just, I want authenticity of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, because it never says that they wrote it besides John in the end.
The Bible speaks with divine authority. So like
He didn't want to accept that.
Well, then now he has no authority to speak of. So the Bible's not the authority because of his opinion?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you mean, man. All right, I'm gonna drop that. That's all I wanted to ask you.
All right, right on.
All right, God bless, bro.
I had a guy today tell me the Bible was hearsay, and I was thinking, well, yeah, it's divine hearsay, though. It speaks with divine authority. I don't think it is hearsay. Hearsay would be, it wouldn't be corroborated, but it is corroborated by other stuff. But I don't want to get into that debate because it'll just quibble forever.
Are you just going to argue like in a philosophical way, or are we going to have a sensible conversation? I can do both, but I just want to know which type of argument you want to have.
Well, do you think words have meaning?
Oh, bro, please. Yeah, words have meaning, yes.
Okay, so that means they have to refer to something in reality to have like be true and meaningful?
Correct.
Okay, so logic, I would say, refers to the mind of God. And in your view, or what do you think logic refers to?
Logic, it means something that represents reality in a rational manner.
Okay, I'm not sure. So, like, what's the reference, though? Like, is there a reference to logic in reality?
But bro, listen, we can start talking unicorn now, and then you know, if you want me to start now, engage with you philosophically, that we can do that, no issues.
Sure.
But
So
it's just gonna be like unicorns, and then I'm gonna do P1, P2, and conclusion with you, and then we can argue the toss with each other for no reason, or I can just talk to you like a human. The reason why I used to be a Christian and I'm no longer a Christian, and I can put my case to you and explain the situation, and then you can tell me if you think it's right or wrong in a normal way without just trying to play games, because I think it makes more sense.
But the problem is I have an argument that like when you brought up the unicorn thing, unicorns aren't real because they don't refer to any. There's no reference. They're not. They don't exist in reality, so they're not real.
Yeah.
So you think?
Okay, do you want to play devil's advocate? Then
the concept is real, but
I can do the concept to you. I can do the.
There's no reference.
The argument, so I can be like everything that exists has an explanation of its existence, either necessary or contingent. The universe exists. The universe is not necessary. It could have not existent. It's contingent. Therefore, the universe must have an external cause or explanation. That cause must be necessary because eternal, immaterial, powerful being, best identified.
So if you have Jesus, you're like the roadrunner here. You're standing on ground. But if you don't have Jesus, you're like Wile E. Coyote. You're standing on nothing. So you can't argue if you're standing on nothing. You have to stand on solid ground to argue. So you need something to ground logic, and only the God of the Bible can do that. So it's like to even...
No, so if that's the case, then you can go with Buddha, yeah, and forget about the God of the Bible, because the God of the Bible is actually not a very good God, unfortunately. I wish it was, but he's not.
According to your standard?
No, to Buddha's standard.
To Buddha's standard.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how are you gonna argue? Use your philosophy against Buddha.
Okay. Hebrews 1:3. And he is the radiance of his glory and the exact representation of his nature, and upholds all things by his word, his power. When he had made purification of sins, when he sat down at the right hand of the majesty on high, he sat down. We say Jesus sat down because his work is finished. And from Jesus Christ, the faithful witness, the firstborn of the dead and the ruler of the kings of the earth, to him who loves us and is released from our sins by his blood.